came in with a weird look.
What did you say? Nothing? What are you doing?
He was full of questions.
How'd you do that? Do what?
He sauntered out of my office, but that wouldn't be the last time our paths would cross.
I can still hear that.
In Saints and Scoundrels, you are attempting to get the most evidence and not go insane. So you'll have this evidence track here. Your player markers will start off at the very, very bottom. You're trying to go up to the very end of the board. Once that happens, you'll trigger the end game and see who the winner of the game actually is. When the game starts, every player will have 2 cards in their hand. They will choose one of these cards to play. They're going to play it face down onto the board and claim what that card is. If you look at the player boards, they tell you what every card in the game does. So a witness, an analyst, or an informant will move you along this track. Now there are also cards that will block those that your opponent could claim to have and block your movement. So let's just say I was going to play this card face down, and let's just say I said that this card was a witness. If nobody challenges me, I get to go ahead and do the witness action, and the witness action is to move 2 spaces. If somebody challenges me, they can say, "Oh, I believe that you're lying about that card." So then I would go ahead and reveal my card, and I was playing a thug, so I was lying. Therefore, I wouldn't get to take my action, and then the player that was successful with the challenge, they can move up the track 1 space or move me back 1 space if they wanted to. Another thing they could do, let's say I decided I was going to play a witness card and place it face down. They could play a card face down and say that they have a thug, because a thug blocks a witness. So if I can then challenge them, say, "I don't believe you have a thug," and if they ended up having a thug, they would get that 1 space bonus, or they're able to take away 1 space from me. Another thing a player could do is if they have 2 cards that have the same color bar, is they can play them both face down and say they're going to go visit Dr. Zygo. Now they could also be lying about that, in which somebody could go ahead and challenge them as well. But if they are successful, they get to move 7 spaces onto the track, which is a very good way of doing that. Unfortunately, you have to take one of these Dr. Zygo cards. Now, a Dr. Zygo card you're going to keep face down to the very end of the game. I'll explain those in a second. Whenever you land on any of these yellow spaces, you go ahead and take one of these case file cards. So the case file cards might have a use now action. So for example, this Empire Art Gallery says that you get to move 2 spaces and choose any one opponent. You may move them back 2 spaces, but then you must take 1 Dr. Zygo card. Or there is one like this Century Oil Company, which call any opponent's bluff, override the normal bonus. If you are right, you get to go 3 spaces. If you're wrong, there's no penalty at all. So this is kind of gives you a free way to call out somebody's bluff that you may be lying or may not. You may not be 100% confident. It's a way to get a free bonus, and you get a super space move like that. Or there's another one here like Ace Construction Company. Draw enough cards till you have 3 in your hand. Discard any 1 card. So it's a way to kind of cycle through and try to find some specific cards that you're looking for. So as you're playing the cards and moving up this track, either lying or telling the truth about your cards, once one player gets to the very end of the board, the game is over. So now everybody will take all of their Dr. Zygo cards and they will flip them over. If anybody has 3 or more Dr. Zygo faces, they have gone insane and they are eliminated from the game no matter where they are on the track. And there are different things we can have on the Dr. Zygo card. You could have a blank card. These are actually the most frequent in the deck. There is just one with Dr. Zygo's evil face on there. And there are 2 cards in the deck that have a double Zygo on there, which is very bad to get that. So again, if you ever have 3 Dr. Zygo faces in any combination or more, you've gone insane and you were eliminated from the game. Whoever is highest on the track without going insane is the winner of Saints and Scoundrels.
Punchboard Media, where we all bring something to the table. Pull up a chair at punchboardmedia.com.
So again, that is Saints and Scoundrels. This is a really fun game. I got to play this at Origins with the designer, and I really like this game. I like the slight deception. You could be telling the truth the entire time, or you might need to lie to kind of like get a little bit of an edge. You'd be like, oh, somebody's getting a little close there. Deciding when to play those double color bars to see if you really need to get that 7 spaces, but then you have the risk of going insane with Dr. Zygo. I think that's actually, when we were playing with the designer, that's how somebody ended up winning, because everybody else went insane. Whoever finished the game, they went insane. So unfortunately, it went to whoever was like in 3rd place. But that was a lot of fun when we were playing it. And again, just playing it at home, I've really enjoyed this. So if you're interested in this game, I'm going to have a link down below for their Kickstarter, so you can definitely go check that out. And as always, please don't forget to like, share, and help support Cloak and Meeple. Down below is going to be a link for a Cloak and Meeple shirt over at geekygoodies.com/cloakandmeeple, or you can also donate to my Patreon, patreon.com/cloakandmeeple as well. And thanks for watching.